Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Bowers Tribe Facebook Friends Tour. This is fun evening for me. I do have my friend here, Julie, with me tonight, which is a rare event. We're in front of her beautiful stream and pond with beautiful goldfish and all sorts of stuff, and it's a really amazing backyard. And I've been hanging out off and on with Julie since 2012 with these spiritual experiences and things that have perspired. And we got little guests as well in our interview behind us tonight, which is a little bit fun experience. And I brought my girlfriend Stevie Nicks as well. Woo! And so this is gonna be my second interview that we will now be posting a link below the video. We are literally celebrating Julie as a person, and yeah, absolutely. This is number 18, right?
18.
This is interview number 18.
I was going to be your first. He called me first, and I couldn't do it. So, I wish I would have, because anybody that does an interview, it's kind of a head trip when you know you're kind of planning on it. You're like, gosh, who am I? What do we talk about? Who am I to do this? So I'm glad to to get to know. Do this with you.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, the universe never discounts what's supposed to happen, so this is where we're supposed to be, and this amazing sunset that we're experiencing and everything around us. And so
Beautiful night.
we talked a little bit before this, and a big part of my conversations with people is kind of hearing about the evolutions of progress of life and different experiences. And you've had, like a lot of other people I've talked to, recently things are shifting and changing all the time, and you've had a big shift, and lots of experiences happened just since January.
Yeah.
And so usually people who know Julie or Willow, depending on your circle, you see her out at events and lots of different things, but back during January and different times, you kind of went away like some of the other people, and you were doing some healing and different things like that on yourself. Would you like to talk about your experience just recently since January?
Well, let me just kind of, what we were talking about is like all up until January, you always see me, I'm always at events. I want to learn everything I can, every modality, whether it be, going to the Krishna temple or going to a Sufi camp or going to, I love Diksha, it just, anytime there's a divinity involved, and that's something, I'm just a worship junkie. I love to go bask in the glow with someone that's with their divine. So, and to me it's all the divine, and it's all so much the same. So going out and doing that, and just feeding my soul and making connections and learning what everyone does, and never really like honing in on my skills. And in January I had a surgery, and I was home for a few weeks, 4 weeks, and really got to, I was just saying, I love those big bees. Getting to spend some time with myself and do a lot of meditating and really realizing it's happening, people are waking up finally, and it's happening, and everything we've been waiting for, and it's boots on the ground for us, for light workers, and all of my friends, and this is what we're here for, and to lift each other up and share and raise our consciousness, do everything we can, raise our vibrations, and become instant manifestors, because that's where it's at, and it's happening. So being able to be a connection person, and that's what I realized in January is I have this sanctuary here, and we're able to host workshops and classes and just have a safe, sacred place for people to come and dig in the dirt or play sound music or, talk, have tea, So.
Well, as you know, I have OCD, so I won't be digging in the dirt. But I do enjoy the lovely, amazing, pretty area. I'm going to show them real quick, just do a little circle. I'm going to do a little circle so you can kind of have an idea of this beautiful, amazing experiences. There's, what's it called, the circle thing?
The mothership.
There's the mothership. And then I can't go the other way because there's people that don't want to be in this interview on the other way. And then we just have this pretty gazebo area and different things like that. So it's a really amazing background. Now, one of the things that you mentioned earlier that kind of caught my attention is you talked a little bit about how money is there, but it's not really at the front portion of your life. Like it's necessary, but not major deal.
Right.
And you prefer or experience a give and exchange type thing.
Right.
Can you talk a little bit more about your
Yeah.
experience and
Yeah,
perception
well,
of that?
I think it's something we all are hoping for in the future and aspire for. You know, the dollar is just something that, for me, has just always felt like greed and power, and so being in a place right now that I don't need for anything. I don't feel like this drive to have money or to have power, to have all the cool stuff or the need things.
Mm-hmm.
So when people come here, you know, we spend time with them and do energy exchange. We don't ever work with fiat currencies. So just energy exchange, trade barter, you know, we love that.
That's
So,
way cool.
Yeah.
That's cool to have that option here.
Yeah.
And this is it's like you said, safe environment. And it's also, we're keeping the location anonymous. So if you know Julie or would like to know more about, you know, her as far as this overall atmosphere and culture, definitely reach out and send her an inbox message if you'd like. And she'd be more than happy to connect with you. You know, but it's all about staying positive and growing. Now you also tapped a little bit into your experiences with other people, with their struggles, not only personally, but you know, outside of your family, with like addictions and things like
Yeah.
that. Can you talk a
Yeah.
little bit about that?
Well, we had the wonderful experience of having a family members that struggled with heroin. So being a mom of someone that did heroin and is a survivor, and we both survived it, and the family has survived it, and we're able to reach out to a lot of families and addicts, and you know, provide connections from different rehabs or medicines or you know, just different ways to start healing this horrible opiate epidemic. Because as you know, as we learn, then we can help each other and get over this and help making a big change. Lots of stuff happening up on the hill.
So
You
the
know,
thing,
with just got a shout out for they're really looking to start prescribing medical cannabis to opiate addicts, and I think that's great, and I really want to help push with that. With the moms,
Absolutely.
yeah.
one of the words or the statement that came to mind when you mentioned what you just talked about is the word safe haven. And I know there's some different places that kind of have similar names in Utah, but that's kind of the thing that popped in my head in this backyard setting. It feels like a safe haven.
Sanctuary.
Yeah,
It's a
sanctuary.
sanctuary.
And it's just a nice place to hang out and just be with other people that are positive
Yeah.
and kind.
Yeah, kind and giving and talented. We have a lot of talent around here all the time, and just everybody has something to bring. You know, even when someone doesn't feel like they have anything, just showing up, they don't know. You know, we're mirrors for each other. We're looking at each other, and when we see beauty, you know, we see pain, and we're looking in the mirror. So, you know, having compassion for every single person we look at is a great way to live.
Yeah, it's definitely something we're all striving for on a daily basis, and it does take practice.
It
And no
does.
matter what the practice is, when at Bhakti Fest, they always talk about, they use the word practice.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so that looks different for
Yeah.
everybody, but we're all doing the best we can with what we have, and I feel this is just being in your energy and your environment, it would be considered a positive practice just to
Yeah.
experience.
It is. It's wax on, wax off.
Mm-hmm.
There's something to that, you know, and lots of chanting going on around here most of the time.
Well, I like chanting.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
we
we'll check.
heard the Hare Krishna chant over 500 times on a weekend one time. So,
Yeah.
so
There's
sometimes it gets
something to
monotonous.
it. Yeah, there's something to it.
No.
And there's so many other things to chant. You don't have to just always chant Hare Krishna.
Oh, I have a memory of something you told me one time. Can you mention real quick a little bit about when you're at Bhakti Fest and you bring a really special famous person named Krishna Das to your tent? Can you talk a little bit about that?
I don't don't think that. I think we have legal issues.
Yeah?
I'm just kidding.
Oh.
No, we don't.
I mean, you got to meet him. I mean,
yeah,
that's so cool.
I was volunteering in the VIP for the green room backstage and
At Bhakti Fest.
At Bhakti Fest, yeah, and there was Krishna Das, which Krishna Das is
A legend in the
he's
kirtan
a legend
industry.
in the kirtan in the West. He's just amazing. He'll take you to places that you didn't even know existed by chanting.
Please come to Salt Lake City, Utah.
Yes, please, please, KD. See, you have a big following. So I got to meet him and talk to him and learn that he's so real, as an icon. You see someone that you've looked up to for so long, and then you realize they're just a person, and they want to contact, and we're all contacting. I'm like, hey, could you do me a favor? Because I'm such a groupie, and Blaine was back in the tent sleeping, and I'm like, can you come meet my husband? And he's like, oh, okay, sure. I go, we're walking back, and I'm like, well, he might be naked. And he's like, well, I'll give him my hat. so I'm like, honey, come out here. You got to meet somebody. So he opens the door and sees Krishna Das. Luckily, he wasn't naked. But
Was he wearing his flannels?
No, he was wearing a sarong.
Okay.
Oh, you mean Krishna Das?
Krishna Das,
yeah,
because he's always wearing his flannel.
And a fedora.
That's
yeah,
so
like
cool.
A fedora. So that was really cool. That was neat he's such a down-to-earth guy, and just, just trying to get through every day like the rest of us.
What's hilarious is I was in one of his darshans. And darshan means when they talk and everybody listens. And it was so fun to witness all the F-bombs he threw down in a spiritual environment. He's like,
Yes.
F this and F that. It was like, oh my gosh. It was just like a fun experience to witness that. It's all perception
It's real,
on verbiage and
Yeah.
stuff.
I did ask him in one of those. They handed me the microphone, and he looks at me. He's like, somebody take that mic away from her. And I'm like, do you drink alcohol? And he said, I occasionally have some sake. So I was kind of going through an alcohol stage. Do I drink alcohol? Don't I drink alcohol? Does it serve me? If Krishna Das drinks alcohol, then I can drink alcohol.
Justification.
Believe me, I have sake at dinner.
That's funny.
So yeah,
That's
that was,
cool that you had that fun experience
Yeah,
there.
he's
I just
very
thought we didn't even talk about that at all, but I'm like, oh, that would be the coolest thing
Yeah.
ever to witness.
Yeah, that was great. I mean, I'm always amazed when people, everybody knows who Ram Dass is. I'm always surprised when people don't know who Ram Dass is. Ram Dass changed my life. Completely changed my life. Remind me to tell you that story.
Okay.
He's a super cool guy.
It's way fun.
Yeah.
Well, I like to respect everybody's
Yeah.
time as well as Julie's. Is there anything else you'd like to talk about?
No, this was fun. I wasn't too scared. I'm glad you came today because usually I'm in my jeans and have mud and a shovel and out here digging, and I was actually dressed today, so it was a good day for me to come.
I'm glad. No matter what you look like, it would be
Yeah,
great.
thank you.
So, Julie, would it be safe to say that we're friends in real life and not just on Facebook?
Can you define friends?
Well,
Just kidding. No, I've been thinking about that on the interview. I'm like, I just want to be like, well,
yeah.
kind of.
Julie's kind of like my older
Sister.
sister that constantly teases me.
Yeah. I told him he
and-
was fat one time.
I know,
He
she poked my
He
belly.
pouted for 6 months. I didn't even know it.
I know, it's so fun, but that's just like the fun
Yeah.
part of our relationship,
Yeah.
and I really definitely
Yeah, we
appreciate
have a
it.
lot of
and-
fun. Thanks for doing this. Thanks for showing up, and we're all walking each other home.
So once again, thanks for joining the Bauer Tribe Facebook tour. If you'd like to learn more about Julie's sanctuary and stuff like that, just send her a message and say hi, and she'd be more than happy to talk to you more about it.
Yep.
Have a good night.
All right.